I think Baron's a pretty good pick.
That's a very early Huskar pick. This is quite surprising, especially it means that they already know what they want to get with it. Most likely Dazzle, I would say. It's not a hero that LGD can pick, and Oracle's out. These are the two most common Huskar combos.
How many options left?
Pretty bold pick.
Pretty good.
They're lacking some carry.
I mean, both teams don't have great late game. This is one of the most unusual drafts that we've seen. That like their scaling's not that great on both sides.
And then the second stage.
This is the first time in the main event they got to go for the Brood. I think every team has second phase ban the Brood, just respecting what Team Liquid could do about it. So the Matumba Man mid lane Broodmother, if you haven't seen it, you might think this is a pushing hero. At least traditionally, that's how it's played. But Matumba Man plays at a very economy based. You'll see him litter wards all across this mid lane. You see 4 ancient camps next to the mid lane. He will farm all of them. He will walk into his own jungle with the kind of the lines of webs he'll build across the map and just farm camps after camps after camps. The lane 1v1 matchup versus Timbersaw.
Now, the people that were talking about the game seem to focus a lot on the Broodmother, but I wanted to talk about Huskar and how he kept people out of his lane. He had total control during this game. He used his flame arrows to harass and last hit creeps. He used his health, his third ability, which made him attack quicker when his health is lower, to basically take the advantage. Now I want to talk about just the complete control Liquid had with Miracle basically leading their team throughout this game. But some of them, the Broodmother basically just farmed most of the game. But I wanted to show you guys some of the plays and map control and observation that Miracle had. Miracle knew that they were coming up here. He saw they had that ward down there, near the tower, so he saw them coming up this way. So he played very safe at this time. But for the most part, he was playing very risky. He would use his low health as a way of just being able to destroy someone when they were low health. It was just an amazing sight to see this game. I love Huskar because of how much of a risky hero it is. That it is when he first got his armlet, he just jumped on that Death Prophet and just tore her up. This was the first time that he had a kill with his armlet. It just wrecked them. They just couldn't do anything against his 8-minute armlet. Like, he didn't even need boots, and he was just wrecking them at this point. Yeah, it was quite the game. He was able to just jump on Bat Rider, destroy it with flame arrows. Like, this was just an amazing game through and through. I really enjoyed watching this one. This was you don't get to see Huskar played a lot because he's one of those heroes that is very risky. And you generally, in a big tournament like this, don't want to go risky. You want to play safe. You want to have a safe win. But some of the plays from Huskar were really good. Like he was able to know when to back, when to push, when to use his low life as an advantage. And I don't think he ever got caught out by the Kunkka boat or anything that could really hurt him too much. Besides, he played very, very smart. Him and Dazzle were a great combo. Dazzle can protect somebody for 5 seconds from death, and they just used both vision and just complete map control. Like in the scene right here, you see them, they put up a ward up there so they could control that bounty rune, and if anyone goes for it, they can just jump on it. But they also have that vision so they could go on Roche. So Broodmother was working on it for a while, but wasn't really doing the damage needed to kill it quickly, so Miracle just jumped in there and just bursted it down. As you can see, he's going back to the vision here. He's able to just control everything. He jumps on his Death Prophet, just wrecks it. Death Prophet doesn't stand a chance against a Huskar. And the Bat Rider's up there as well, but they can't do anything against him. He's just destroying them. Between the flame arrows and just the armlet activation and canceling, deactivating and activating the armlet for health and damage and everything, he was able to just turn the tide of any fight they had. At this point, they kind of figured out they had control of that top area, so they moved down to the other side of the jungle. And if you have vision and control of a map, you can prevent your opponents from really doing much of anything. If they can't venture out into their own jungle, like, there's not a whole lot that they can do. It was really just an amazing sight to see. He would just camp that, jump on anyone that even goes for that first camp of grapes there. Like, this was just so much control, and they were able to just push towers with this control. There was very little that they could do to stop him. They were trying to stop. They were trying to get rid of Ward, but they just had full control there, and the Pet Rider couldn't get up there to disable that Ward. And they were just between the Venomancer pushing and the Huskar's control, and the Broodmother was able to just farm, and it was such a good game to watch. I'm really excited for the competition today to see who ends up winning the whole thing. I don't know if Liquid will win or not. They generally come in like second or third, maybe even fourth in these type of tournaments, but I have a good feeling about Liquid winning today. I'm not sure if they will or not, but they played it. If they can pull this type of control off, they're bound to win. They're bound to win today as well, but I don't know if they. It depends on their opponents. Depends on how their opponents play, whether or not this will work. This type of gameplay. Picks are a huge part of who can pull off a win. But I want to show you guys some of the last big team fights here. He just jumps on the Kunkka and destroys it. At this point, there's not many people that can stop the Huskar. He's got ages to come back to life if they do end up killing him. But here, you can see he dodged the boat. He's just flame arrowing these people and making them take tons of damage. He just jumps in there. The spider comes to help with this team fight. He's being protected by Dazzle now, so they couldn't even kill him. Him and Dazzle protect the Broodmother here. You can see they are able to get away, and I think they go get the Aegis at this point. There wasn't much they could do to stop them there. They couldn't get the kill. Here you can see Huskar just jumps across this thing and gets the Bat Rider. This was like the epitome of like excitement. This game was so much fun watching. I love playing Huskar. Just destroying them with those flame arrows. They're fighting on the totem here, while the Broodmother pushes in their middle. If you look on the minimap there, you can see he's pushing in the middle, so it doesn't even matter that they killed the Huskar there. They actually killed, I think 3 of them, but the Broodmother got so much of their base just right off the bat. As you can see here, another little skirmish here. You can see the Huskar just. Timbersaw's got a ton of armor, but Huskar's able to just eat through him. He had to avoid the boat, but once that was out of the way, there wasn't much that could stop him. They didn't have anyone like Necrolite or a Lion or Lina, anyone that could just burst him down when he was low health. There was nothing like that, so he was able to just eat through them all. it was actually a pretty good game. There wasn't any really good late game carries that were trying to farm. The Brood farmed pretty quickly and was able to just push their base between the Venomancer and the Huskar. It was a really good game. I'm looking forward to the game later on by Liquid. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little showcase of Huskar. Plus, I got most of my predictions right, which was fun. So, anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. I'm just gonna let it play out.
And Liquid surge in. They want this tower. GG! Liquid has done it! 2-0 over the Titans. What a masterful draft coming out from Kurogi, just pinning LGD down one pick at a time. And the last pick, Broodmother, you just saw how, LGD were just like, we have to put DP in a safe lane.